It's that time again. We are gonna start another PE lesson. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Today, or for the next few lessons, we're going to be working on cup stacking. Today we're focusing on the 3-3-3. Okay, so today's lesson is the start of cup stacking. In cup stacking, we are working on hand-eye coordination. We're working on using two hands and following a sequence or pattern. For this lesson, you are going to need some stacking cups. If you have the Speed Stacks cups, use those, great. If not, see if you can find some plastic drinking cups to use. As long as they stack, it's going to work fine. So the first thing we're going to do, though, is a quick warm-up. You are going to do a jog in place for 5 minutes. Get ready. Okay, great job. You've completed the warm-up. Now you're going to need 9 stacking cups. Remember, you can use your speed stack cups if you have them, or you can get some of the plastic drinking cups. Alright, good stuff on completing the warm-up. Now let's get ready for the lesson. Make sure you've got your 9 stacking cups.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another PE lesson. Alright, so for the next couple of weeks, we are going to be using some cups for stacking. Now, some of you may have the actual speed stacks for stacking. Great, you can use those. Some of you may not. Coach, oh, I don't have those. That's fine. Use some plastic cups. Now, it's going to feel a little bit different with the plastic cups, but we're going to take our time and we're going to do some building and some other fun stuff with them. For today, you're going to need 9 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything with both the regular stacking cups and the red solo cups that I have here. So the first thing we need are 3 cups. We're going to count out 1, 2, 3. And we're going to count out 1, 2, 3. So remember, I'm showing you everything with the regular stacking cups and with the solo cups as well. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on using the cups to build to up stack and down stack. It's kind of what we call a manipulative because we're moving it around. All right. So today we are going to learn the 3 stack and then the 3, 3 and then the 3, 3, 3. We'll talk about that in a second. The first thing we're going to do is a 3 stack. So remember, we have 3 cups. The stack number tells us how many there is. So a 3 stack means I have 1, 2, 3. If there was a 6 stack, well, I'd have 6. We're working on a 3 stack. I have my plastic cups here and I have 3 there as well. A couple of things when using the plastic cups. Please, if you have them, make sure they don't have any dings or dents or cracks in it because it makes it harder to use. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go through using the regular cups of 3 stack. And then I'm going to spend most of my time using the plastic cups because most people may have those ones. So the first thing, we're going to use 2 hands. Everything we do for stacking involves 1, 2 hands. So 2 hands for stacking. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the cups very lightly and gently. I'm going to hold them on the side like I would if it was a drinking cup. So if these are drinking cups, I have my hands on the side to drink from them. All right, that's exactly how we're going to do the cups. So I'm going to have my hands in my cups. I'm going to take with, let's do it with this so you can follow me. Hand number 1. Oh, make sure you're following along and then you're going to get some practice time. So right now, we're following along with Coach Old and then you're getting some practice time. So hand number 1. We have hand 1, hand 2. There are your 2 hands. Hand 1, hand 2. Hand 1, hand 2. Make sure you follow along. So I'm going to put my first hand, hand 1, on the cups. I'm going to pick up the cups and then I put it down next to it. Do you see how close they are? Great. Then hand 2 picks up the next one, puts it on top. That's what we call an up stack because we've up stacked it. Then I'm going to down stack. So hand number 1 takes the cup on the side, slides it across and it goes all the way down. Hand number 2 picks up the second cup, pops it on top. So let me show you that just a little bit quicker. Hand 1 takes the first cup, puts it down next to. Hand 2 takes the next one on top to make our up stack. Hand 1 takes the first cup, slides it over. Hand 2 puts it on top. Now, because I was being slow, I put my hands in my lap. What you want to do is keep your hands near your cup. So you're going to go hand 1, and then I put that down, and then hand 2 takes the next cup, puts it on top. Hand 2 slides over, hand 1 on top. All right, let me show you with the plastic cup. So I do the same thing. Hand 1 takes the first cup, puts it down. Hand 2 takes the second cup, puts it on top. You may have to wait a minute for the cups to fall out. That's fine. Down step. Hand 1 slides it over. Hand 2 puts it on top. So let's do it again. Hand 1 picks it up, puts it down next to. Hand 1 on top. Sorry, hand 2 on top. Hand 1 slides it over, hand 2 on top. Hand 1, hand 2, hand 1, hand 2. Do you think you've got that? Good, because you're going to practice it in a second. Let me do it one more time. Let's do it one more time together. So remember, hand 1 picks up the first cup, puts it down on the ground next to your stack. Hand 2 takes the next cup off the pile, puts it on top. Hand 1 takes the first cup, slides it over. Hand 2 picks it up, puts it on top. And you can see I've got my hands ready so that I'm ready to pick those cups up. All right. You guys are going to practice that. So do your best to up stack, down stack. Remember, keep your hands on the sides of the cup. Hand one, hand two. Hand one, hand two. All right, make sure you're taking turns with your hands. You think you've got it? Excellent. Ready, your time starts now. So you did your 3 stack. Now what we're going to do is we're going to increase it and we're going to add 3 more cups. So if you're using the plastic cups, you're going to count off 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right. If you're using the regular cups, you're going to count off 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So first of all, I'm going to show you with the regular stacking cups and I'll show you with the plastic ones. I have a 3 stack and a 3 stack. It's called a 3, 3. Because in front of me I have a 3 and a 3. What does the number tell us? How many cups are in the stack? So I have 1, 2, 3. And then my second one, 1, 2, 3. Now remember, we just used 2 hands to do our 3 stack. We still do exactly the same with 2 hands, and we're going to do 1 stack at a time. All right? So we are going to start on this stack. So we've got stack 1, stack 2. Stack 1, stack 2. All right? We're going to up stack this one first. So I'm going to go hand 1. Oh, before we get to that point, look how far apart my cups are. If they're too close, I don't have enough room. So here's what I do is I put my hand in between, I spread it out nice and big, and then I slide it through. If my hand can go the whole way through without touching the cups, it's a good space apart. All right, so let's do it together. So up stack number 1, hand 1, pick it up, put it down, hand 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Then we go back to stack number 1 to down stack. Stack number 1, hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Number 2, hand 1 slides to the side, hand 2 on top. So we've up stacked and down stacked. Let's do it again together. Ready? Stack number 1, hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Stack number 2, hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Then we go back to number 1. Always go back to number 1. Hand 1 slides to the side, hand 2 on top. Hand 1 slides to the side, hand 2 on top. All right. Let me now show you with our plastic cups. Because remember, it's going to be a little bit different. It'll be a little bit slower with these, and that's okay. So we do exactly the same thing. We have a space between them. Stack 1, stack 2. Stack 1, stack 2. All right. I'm going to use hand 1, then hand 2. So hand number 1 takes the first cup, puts it on the ground. Hand 2 takes the second one, got a little bit stuck. I'm going to help it out, put it on top. I go to stack 2. Hand 1 takes the first cup, hand 2 takes the second, put it on top. Then what do we go back to? Stack number 1. Hand 1 slides it over, hand 2 on top. Hand 1 slides it over, hand 2 on top. All right, remember, you're following along with me. So if you've been using plastic cups the whole time while I use the regular ones, great. If you've got the speed stack cups and I'm doing the plastic cups, you're still following along. Let's do it 2 more times together and then you're going to practice. Stack number 1. Hand 1, if they get stuck, just help it out a little bit, it's fine. Hand 2. Hand 1, hand 2. Back to stack number 1, hand 1, hand 2. Back to stack number 2, hand 1, hand 2. Last time together, everybody ready? Hand 1, hand 2. Hand 1, hand 2. Back to stack number 1, hand 1, hand 2, hand 1, hand 2. Make sure you up stack, stack 1, then stack 2. Then go back to number 1 to down stack, stack 1, down stack, stack 2. Do you think you got it? Great. So you're going to have time to practice that. Ready, go. everyone? So you did your 3, 3. Now we're going to add in 3 more cups. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Remember, I'm going to start with the speed stacked cups first, and then I'll go to the plastic cups. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Then I've got 1, 2, 3. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. This is the first official routine you do for cup stacking. We have a 3, 3, 3. Because there's 3, 3, 3, which means we're using 9 cups. 3, 3, 3. So skip count 3, 6, 9. 3 3s to 9. We have 9 cups and we're doing a 3, 3, 3. All right. So we have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. Stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. Stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. We always start at number 1 for up stacking, and we start at number 2 for up stacking, for down stacking. Sorry. Start at number 1 for up stack, start at number 1 for down stack. So ready? Make sure you got your space in between them, like we talked about for the 3, 3. And then we're going to start on stack 1. Hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. We go to stack 2, hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Stack 3, hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Then we go back to stack 1. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. So I've up stacked and down stacked. Let's do this again with these cups, and then we'll go to the plastic. Ready? Remember, you're following along, so do it with me. Stack 1, hand 1, hand 2. Hand 1, hand 2, hand 1, hand 2. Then what do? We go back to number 1. Yes. Down stack 1, 2. Down stack 1, 2. Stack 2. So if you're watching, you're going to notice that we always start with stack number 1. When you're following along, do that with me. We always use 2 hands. Sometimes people want to down stack with 1 hand. If you practice long enough, it can be quite quick, but it's still quicker to down stack with 2. Remember, hold your cups on the side and then do it gently and softly. Let me show you with our red plastic cups. So again, we have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. Stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. Remember, you're following along. Whatever cups you've got, you're going to follow along with me. All right, Julio. So we start stack 1. We go hand 1. Remember, if we get stuck, just help it out. It's fine. Hand 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side. Hand 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side. Hand 2 on top. And it might take a little bit of time for them to come out, and that's fine. Then we go back to the beginning. We down stack. Hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Down stack 2. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. And you can see I'm holding my cups gently on the side. Remember, take turns with your hands by keeping them close. Let's do it 2 more times together. Ready? Stack 1. Hand 1 to the side, hand 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side. Give it a little wiggle to come out. There you go, hand 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side. Give it a little wiggle to come out, hand 2 on top. Back to the beginning, stack number 1. We down stack, hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. Hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. And if you're watching closely, you're going to see that I have hands on cups at the same time. Hand 1 and hand 2 are working at the same time. So let's do one more time together. Ready? Stack number 1, up stack, hand 1. Help it come out 2. Stack 2, hand 1, hand 2. Stack 3, hand 1, hand 2. Back to number 1 to down stack, hand 1 to the side, 2 on top. 1 to the side, 2 on top. 1 to the side, 2 on top. So that is our 3, 3, 3. I need you to go away and practice that, all right? You're going to have 2 minutes to practice, so you've got a really good time to do it. Make sure you up stack them all, down stack them all. Start at 1, then 2, then 3. Back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3. We always start at number 1. 1, 2, 3. Back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3. Back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3. Think you've got it? Excellent. Ready, go. right, good job, everybody. Thank you for practicing. Your job now is to submit a video of you doing your 3, 3, 3. So on your video, I should see you up stack 1, up stack 2, second stack 1 and 2, third stack 1 and 2, and then to down stack we go back to the beginning and we take turns with our hands. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So second, third, fourth and fifth graders, you're going to upload on Flipgrid. Kindergarten and first grade, you're going to use media. I really want to see your 3, 3, 3 in your video. So be ready for our next lesson. I hope you had fun with that and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.
Okay, great job everybody. So today we worked on up stacking and down stacking using 3 stacks, which is 3 cups in a stack. And then we completed the 3, 3, 3. So that's 3 stacks, 3 stacks of 3. So 1, 2, 3 in a stack, 1, 2, 3 in a stack, and 1, 2, 3 in a stack. I hope that you followed along with me and got some of your own practicing in and managed to stack correctly along with me. So very nice job, everyone. And the last thing you guys have to do is to submit your stacking video. So make sure you show me anything that you did in the lesson, any of that stacking, so I can see you using the cups correctly, stacking correctly, and remember, using both hands. I look forward to seeing your videos. So that's another PE lesson done. You guys are so cool.